Hello again, anatomy students. Here is our lab for this week. We are going to try and do a digital version of finding and reading EKGs. There's also an attachment in your Google Classroom assignment that has this slideshow so you can go back through it and have a closer look if you cannot see the EKG sounds very well in the slideshow as we go through it on the video. This slide gives you information about an EKG and explains the portions of an EKG. It also shows you how the test subjects are set up in order to take their EKG. Here's Lewis all strapped in and ready to go with the leads on his arm. I took this picture, we did their testing, then I went to go read the graphs and I realized I had set up their leads incorrectly, so I fixed the test recording, but I never went back and fixed the picture. This slide shows what an EKG is down here. And the paragraph kind of explains all of those parts. The P, Q, R, S, and T portions are in the paragraph. And then up here we have a diagram of the heart explaining the electrical nodes and the electrical conduction within the heart, starting with your SA node, leading to your AV node, down the septum, and out into those Purkinje fibers, going this way, so that way the heart beats in unison, and that way you have a good solid sound of a heartbeat. Now, don't panic looking at this screen, but I just wanted to explain and show what kind of information I was getting as I was using the Vernier EKG sensor. So I would hook my subject up to the sensor. I would click the Collect Data button. I collected data for a total of 10 seconds. And then during the 10 seconds, I would get a sounding. On here, I have all 4 individuals on here at our resting heart rates. So this color, the light green color, is Larson. The dark green color is Scott. The red color is me, Miss Schneider, and the purple color, right behind that right there, the purple color is Lewis. So you can see all 4 of our resting heart rates on here. So you can kind of see how I can overlay those. And within this program, I can open up data sets and I can hide data sets. So I'll hide some of them so you can see what they look like. Hide data set. And so that way we can get down to just one data set to look at. And then what I did is I went and narrowed each of the data sets that we're going to look at to only a 2-second increment. So make sure you pay attention to the bottom. Here it's going from 0 to 10 seconds, but I can take and I can shorten the time segment increments. And so that way you're only looking at a 2-second time span. So that way it's almost equal for each of the ones you're looking at. So make sure you pay attention to those at the bottom, what the time increments are in. And then on the side over here, make sure you pay attention to the EKG measured in millivolts. So watch out for those things when you are reading the graphs. But I just wanted to show you where the data collection was coming from. Now for analyzing the data. I have collected segments for each person, and I've tried to shrink them down to about a 2-second segment for you to analyze. And then we'll go through how to collect and record the data that you need to turn in. So each page is very similar. Again, make sure you pay attention to the scale on your millivolts for the EKG, and make sure you pay attention to your scale for the time in seconds. And then you are going to be using some of these to snip, label, and insert into a document. So here is my resting EKG. Here is Scott's resting EKG. Again, notice the time scale on the bottom and the EKG millivolts on the side. Here is Lewis's resting EKG. And here is Larson's resting EKG. Then, after I got Larson's resting EKG, I had him go out and do 20 burpees or up downs or whatever you want to call them. And he came back in the room, and here is his EKG after performing some exercise. So you're going to be analyzing the difference between resting and exercise on Larson. Remember, if I'm moving too fast, you can pause at any point. You can go back to the slide at any point. And I also attached the document of the slideshow so you can go back and see those if the quality on this video isn't the best. The next part we're going to go over is the analysis of the questions and how to make the document that you are going to submit in the Google Classroom. So to turn in the document, what you're going to need to do is to go to Google and find your, go open a new Google document. And so I would do like File, and then I could open a new document. You can do this from your Drive. You can do it within a document, but I've made myself a new Google document and I've titled it Vernier Lab 12. I have my name in it, so please put your name in it. And then you're going to insert some portions into this document. So make sure you have this document handy. The next thing I'm going to show you is how I make all of those really awesome diagrams on all of your anatomy tests. And a tool that I use a lot for that, actually 2 tools I use a lot for making all of those awesome diagrams. So I will make use of a bunch of these tabs that I have down here on the bottom. These are handy tools I use all the time. The snipping tool, and I use the program called Paint, a very simple illustrator that you can modify on documents. Both of these are found in the accessories menu. If I come over here and I go down to Windows, Accessories, and I open them up, there is the Paint here, and there is Snipping tool here. And if you click and drag, and then drop them down on your toolbar down here, they are very easy and handy for you to get to in the future. So that's where you can find those. There are other tools similar to that. If you are on a Mac or on a different computer, there are other kinds of things. Maybe you already have some that you like to use. But these are the questions that are the analysis portion of your lab. So it says copy and paste into your document. So I'm going to shrink this, and this you're going to actually have to go to the physical document, and then you're going to copy, select it all, Control C, copy it. I'm going to open up my document. Where's my document at? Here's my document, and I'm going to Control V, and I'm going to paste them in there. And yes, you can resize them so they're not gigantic. So I've resized my wording on my document so it looks normal. And then my next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at question 1 and question 2. They both require you to snip, manipulate, write on, whatever it is you're going to do with the snippings, and then you are going to take that thing that you have modified and paste it into this document. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So on step 1, using the snipping tool or other device that's similar, snip out at least one entire heartbeat. So I'm going to open my snipping tool. I'm going to go back to the slide that I want to go to on this, and I like my EKG sounding better than anyone else's, so I'm going to use that one. And I'm going to put it in the present mode so it's in the biggest mode possible. And then I'm going to open up my snipping tool. On my snipping tool, I click New, and notice how the screen kind of grays out. Did you see everything come gray? So that means my snipping tool is ready, and anything I snip on this screen, it's going to capture it for me. So I'm going to snip from about here, the start of that heartbeat, to about the same point on the next heartbeat. So I can label all of those portions of what that heartbeat is. And then I'm going to open up my next handy tool, Paint, And in Paint, I am going to do Control V to paste it. And then so I have just resized my window so you can see all the tools across the top here. A lot of tools that I like to use are to be able to put a line in. You can type text into a box. You can select a region to copy it and paste it. Those are some of the simple things that you can do. What you're going to be doing with this is inputting the letters P, Q, R, S, and T. So I'm going to make myself a text box. I clicked on the A, and then I can come over here. And if I think this is a label in the graph, I'm going to put in the letter X here because that's what I want there. And then if I think this is, I'm still selected on the A, I can come over here. And if I think this is letter J, then I can put letter J in here. And notice I can drag this around as long as I have not got rid of those blue lines. If those blue lines, if I click outside of the box of those blue lines, then you can no longer drag it around like this. But I can put it here, I can move it, and I can put it here, I could put it here. You can move this thing around to where you think it needs to go. So you're going to label all of those portions, the P, Q, R, S, and T portions of this heartbeat. And then after you have all of that labeled, you'll click on the select box, and then you're going to select this whole thing. And it's going to, so when I click and drag and I select this whole thing and then Control C to copy it, then I'm going to come back to my document. And in my document, I'm going to come over here to where this is, and I'm going to Control V, and I'm going to paste it in right there in my document. And I want to get rid of this one right here. Can I? I don't know. We'll just not worry about it. But now I have that pasted into my document, and I've labeled all of those portions. Label yours correctly. Then the next one, question number 2, really, because I messed up the numbers. Snip the table 1 into a format where you can input answers and use my EKG signal to fill out that table and paste it into your lab. So you're going to use the same thing we did over here, and you're going to be able to go back to my EKG signal. You're going to go back to that slideshow. Need to find the slideshow. Here it is. And after the next slide, after the questions, it walks you through some stuff. When analyzing Ms. Schneider's resting EKG, make sure you notice the axes. And I've put instructions to how to snip it and paste it in. But use this table here to kind of guide you. Are you in the right ballpark? Are your answers coming out right? And you're going to snip this table. So I'm going to go back to that snipping tool, open my snipping tool. I'm going to click New. I'm going to, and did you notice it all grayed out? So now I'm going to select that entire table, and then I'm going to come over to Paint, my handy tool in Paint. And in Paint, I'm just going to, right over the top of this, just do Control V. That way it gets rid of it. And then again, I'm going to use this, and I'm going to type in my time intervals. My time interval is 27 hours, obviously not correct. And then I'm going to go down to the next one, and my time interval on my next one is 12 days. And that's obviously not correct. But that's how you can input your answers. And then once again, once you have this table all filled out and you've done the counting on those bars from my EKG, you're going to come back over here. You're going to select. I'm going to select that whole table, Control C to copy it. I'm going to go back to my Word or to my Google document where it is. And it says paste it into my lab right here. So I'm going to do Control V and paste it into my lab. And then you have your data table within the lab. These last couple of questions, you just have to type in your answers in these portions. So all you do is you come down here and then you type in your answers below each of those questions. And that should be, that should allow you to get through the rest of the lab. I'm going